One thing that nobody is discussing in this year's election is the issue of tortillas in the Middle East. Apparently, they don't exist. And for people who are going to be moving out there or people who live there who are of Mexican descent, this is a really big issue. Mexicans can't live without tortillas. Of course, we could wait until our parents send us our favorite care package of Mexican products from La Palma, or we could just eat local cuisine and take a break off of tamales and tortillas and tortas and all of the kind of good stuff. Or we can just learn how to make it our own damn selves. In today's episode, I am going to show you guys how to make tortillas from scratch with just some regular materials that you find around in your house. For example, I just had this bag of pozole sitting in my closet. It was payment for a recent grant I wrote to the Traditional Native American Farmers Association. And so I got 4 pounds of pozole, mixed Pueblo corn, from Three Sisters Farm out in Tesuque, Pueblo. I also have a pot. I got some cal, lime, and I got a wooden spoon to mix it up. Just add water, and presto, I can have masa like that. You put in a gallon of water in a regular stainless steel pot. You boil it. Once the water is boiling, you add 3 teaspoons of cal. You mix it in until it dissolves, and once it's dissolved, you add about 4 cups of the pozole. You add the 4 cups, and then you stir it with a wooden spoon, lower the heat, and you let it cook for about 30 to 45 minutes. You'll know it's done when the skin pops off of the kernels. And you've made nixtamal. Now, once the nixtamal is done, you're going to wash it. You want to make sure you wash it really good so that you get all the cal taken off of the kernels. So I like to wash it for about 7 times. Just filling water in, mixing it up. It's really hot, so I use a wooden spoon. And then I wash it out. I'm going to wash it until the water runs clear. The last 3 or 4 washes, I stick my hands in and I just really nice give it a good scrub to make sure that all the cal is off of it. Now that it's clean, I'm going to mix it. And you're going to have to ask yourself a question, serious question. Am I going to go traditional or am I going to go neo and postmodern Chicana style? And for today's purposes, we're going neon postmodern Chicana style. And that's using my beautiful, lovely Vitamix. So I'm going to start with being careful of my great-grandmother's metate. I'm going to start with about 1 cup of nixtamal. And I'm going to put it into the Vitamix. Just like that. And then I'm going to turn the Vitamix on. And as you can see, the Vitamix is the best tool to make masa. And you're going to grind it really fine. So you can smell it burning. You see a nice little ball forming in the middle. Ooh, look at that smoke. I know you can't smell it, but it smells divine. So I'm going to add that to my pot here. I'm going to cut. No. Well, and the other thing is I don't know how to get the rest of the stuff out of here. So I think I'm going to, this is attempt number 1. In attempt number 2, I'm going to do the same thing, but with the kernels. So you just saw the neo postmodern Chicana method for making tortillas. But let's say you don't have a blender. Let's say you're a traditionalist and you might be old school. Well, let me introduce you to my great-grandmother's metate. I like to call her La Chingondera. Cut. You can make your own tortillas. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just use a little bit of the pozol, the next tamal that we made, and I'm going to add it right here to the top of the mano. And you just need a little bit. You don't want to use too much. And then carefully, you're going to start grinding it as so. Takes a little bit of practice, but once you get the rhythm, you know, it's really good for your upper body strength, for those hard to reach muscular areas. Who needs a gym when you have the metate? I'm going to definitely want to have a little bowl of warm water near me in case the masa gets too dry. Another good reason to have a nice bowl of warm water next to you is that when you are ready to make your ball, and I can do anything once I have this ball of masa, it makes having your hands nice and wet makes sure that the masa doesn't stick to your hands. Now, I can make anything I wanted with this masa. I can make tamales, I can make tortillas, but today I kind of feel like having some sopes. So I'm going to pat out a little sopita. Not really a word, but that's okay. And then I'm going to have a hot pan already flamed up and ready to go. And I'm going to grill my masa. And once it's all nicely grilled, I could choose to fry it or not fry it. But then I'm going to end up with these beautiful little sopes, which are great for appetizers or just for yourself if you feel like eating them by yourself. But these sopes are not complete until you add this delicious vegetarian mix that my mother put together with zucchini and bell pepper. We got some New Mexican chile, compliments my friend Jody for my birthday. And once I have my sopes all nice and crispy, I can just add a little bit of this vegetarian mix to the middle. And then I have some delicious Santa Cruz goat cheese to put on top. Da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. And I have a quick and look at my sope. It's nicely cooking. So I want to make sure it cooks on both sides. So traditional method is using your hands. Modern method is getting a tool to scrape the bottom and flip it over. Now, if you make a little dent, the great thing about masa, it's very forgiving. And you can just cover it up. Así nomás. I finish adding my goat cheese. And voila! I have a perfect appetizer made from scratch, all the way from Santa Cruz to Doha, Qatar. All my love from Tenjas Moral to you.